Well, a 10-year-old boy drowned when he was playing in the swimming pool in Tulips Resort in Banarghata. The shocking incident happened in Tulips Amusement Park. Just yesterday, Bhaskar, along with his family, went to enjoy a holiday at Tulips. His son, Suryakant, unexpectedly drowned in the swimming pool. Suryakant's father, now Bhaskar, alleges that it is the negligence of the resort authorities that led to his death. He also alleged that the police took time to register the complaint. As you can see, the family unable to bear with the loss, but Suryakant's father, Bhaskar, has gone on to point fingers at the authorities, stating that enough safety measures are not present in the swimming pool to ensure that there is no case of drowning as such. He also claims that soon after, when he did try to file a complaint, there was an inordinate delay, and he's also gone on now to file a complaint against Tulips Amusement Park authorities. In fact, it is understood that this little boy had ventured into the swimming pool, and considering that he did not know how to swim, the 10-year-old immediately drowned. We have seen incidents like this come to light, and there's no question that it's not just the amusement park authorities' fault, but also to a large extent the families who fail to keep an eye on their children and allow them to stray. And when this little boy did not know swimming, why was he even allowed to go into the swimming pool is a question that even the family will have to answer. But very tragic that a 10-year-old boy passed away in such an undue manner. In fact, it is understood that they had gone for a family vacation, which completely turned a tragic turn after this incident. And well, 3 people have sustained grievous injuries as a cylinder exploded in Bengaluru. The incident took place at Jagadish's residence in Rajagopalanagar. Jagdish, his wife and their 8-month-old child have sustained injuries and have been admitted to Victoria Hospital for treatment. The impact of the blast was such that 3 neighbouring houses were also damaged in the explosion. Well, as you can see, quite a bit of damage due to that particular cylinder blast. This incident was reported in Rajagopalanagar. We understand that 3 people have sustained injuries. That is Jagdish, in whose house the cylinder blast occurred. Besides that, his wife and their 8-month-old toddler also have sustained injuries due to this particular cylinder blast. They are being treated currently at Victoria Hospital. In fact, it's not just this particular house that has sustained damages. We understand that this particular cylinder blast also led to 3 neighbouring houses being damaged. They have developed cracks. Some of their walls have also collapsed due to the fact that this particular cylinder blast occurred. But the 3 members of the family who were present inside the house when the incident took place have been injured. There's no word on the condition as such, but we do understand that they are being treated in Victoria Hospital. In fact, you can see that the houses have been damaged pretty badly, showing the kind of cylinder blast that it was. Clearly, it had quite an impact, and it wasn't just on Jagdish's house. We understand that 3 neighbouring houses of his have also been damaged. The cylinder blast was so powerful that it led to damages in 3 other houses as well. There is no word on Jagdish's condition, or for that matter, his wife's and his 8-month-old toddlers. But we do understand that they are being treated currently in Victoria Hospital. My colleague Verghese joins us with more information. Verghese, any word on the 3 injured's condition?
Well, what happened, Akshita, is that this happened early in the morning, and in fact, the neighbors were woken to a huge sound because of the cylinder blast, and they came rushing in. And what they found was that this cylinder blast had in fact cracked open the roof as well as the walls of the house of Jagadish and his wife who was staying there. But the tragedy is that this 8-month-old child is now in a very, very critical situation in Victoria Hospital, while the Jagadish and his wife have suffered around 70 to 75% of burns, and they are also being tended for, and all the 3 are in a very critical situation. While the child is being monitored by the doctors, the child is only 8 months old, and it is being monitored by the doctors. They are in fact trying their best with the treatment, and the child has been placed under close observation. The doctors are in fact attending to it every half an hour. So there has been an immense response from the doctors on the part of trying to save the child, but the situation is very critical, and they are closely monitoring his health report, Akshata.
Right, Varghese, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. But it looks like the 3 injured are not completely out of harm's way. An 8-month-old toddler is said to be pretty serious, and the doctors there are monitoring the condition. But it is understood that this cylinder blast was very powerful. You can imagine that these 3 were inside the house when it took place, and it was so powerful that it even created damage to the houses next door. 3 neighboring houses were also damaged due to this particular cylinder blast that took place early this morning. And well, the common entrance test commenced yesterday. Today, the exams for physics and chemistry, with each exam worth 60 marks, will be held. The Karnataka CET 2014 exams being held for admission to professional courses in Karnataka for the academic year beginning 2014. The exams are being held in centres across 29 districts in Karnataka. There were mixed responses from students who took the exam yesterday. But of course, it is a very, very important time for all these students who aim to make it big. And of course, they are hoping that they get into the right colleges. So of course, this particular exam will be very crucial for all of them. It started yesterday, of course, but today the 2 crucial subjects of physics and chemistry are underway. In fact, these are awarded 60 marks each, and the students there have been allowed inside. They are currently writing their exam. In fact, these particular exams are being held in centres across 29 districts in Karnataka. Remember, it is the statewide process that is very important for these particular students. It is being held, of course, for admission to professional courses in Karnataka for the academic year beginning 2014. In fact, after school, to secure a good rank and get into college, CET will prove to be very important. And moving on, superstar Rajinikanth is in Mysore. The muhurtam for the movie Linga was done at Chamundi Hills in Mysore, and the shooting will also begin today. Rockline Venkatesh, who is the producer of the movie, chose this date as it is Akshaya Tritiya. Shooting for the movie will be done at locations in and around Mysore as well as Mandya. Ambrish and Sumalata were also present for the muhurtam. Remember, Sonakshi Sinha, who makes her Hollywood debut with the project, will be seen alongside Rajinikanth in the first schedule. Interestingly, the film has been titled Linga, which happens to be the name of Rajini's grandson. Rajini plays a dual role in the film, and we also hear that Sonakshi will play the love interest of the superstar's character in the period role, while Anushka will pair up opposite the younger Rajini. Rahman will score the music for the film. So it looks like everything is set for the big film. Rajinikanth there present in Mysore. In fact, he visited the Chamundeshwari temple, and soon after was seen taking part in the muhurtam, and also after that began the shooting. Of course, Rajinikanth, accompanied by Ambrish, there was seen in this particular hotel, which is where the muhurtam also took place. this was, of course, the Muhurtam that took place in Mysore ahead of the shooting of Linga, and the first schedule is expected to be shot in Karnataka, so you can expect to see the superstar around for many more days here in the state. We understand that the shooting will take place in Mysore as well as Mandya, but of course this film will see some big wigs coming together, and it seems to have gotten a rather religious start with several of Rajnikant's closest friends as well as the cast and crew of the film coming together for the Muhurtam. Well, in fact, earlier in the day, early in the morning, in fact, Rajnikant also took this opportunity to go ahead and visit the Chamundeshwari temple atop the Chamundi Hills in Mysore. Of course, there was a lot of security present, and Rajnikant went to this temple accompanied by Ambrish and Sumalata. We understand that, of course, several of the crew members were also present to go ahead and pray for the success of Linga. Just before its shooting, of course, soon after we saw the Muhurtam take place, but before that Rajni made sure that he had the perfect beginning by visiting the Chamundeshwari temple, and he was, of course, accompanied by close friend Ambrish.